a distance, speed, time question. That's really popular. Again, I don't know if you'd get a full question these days on these questions, but the more them we practice, the more points we can get for those little bits that can come up. So we've got Tom living in Cork, and he works 85 kilometres away in Killarney. The journey usually takes 1 hour and 15 minutes. The first thing that is ringing in my head is, what is 1 hour and 15 minutes? 1 hour and 15 minutes, remember, 15 minutes is a quarter of an hour. So that's 1.25 of an hour, or 1 hour plus a quarter of an hour, whichever way you want to work it. Most people would say 1.25 of an hour. So that's the first thing before I even continue on in my question. I would be thinking about that. So we want to find his average speed in kilometres per hour for his journey. Your distance, speed, time triangle, dad, silly triangle. We would like the speed, so you cover up speed, giving me distance over time. The speed equals the distance over the time. Your distance is 85. Your time is 1.25. And into your calculator will give you 68 kilometres per hour. Next up, on a day of very heavy rain, the average speed on a 32 kilometre section of the journey was reduced to 40 kilometres. So, maybe on a bad part of the road, the person had to drive slower. So how long, that's the time, did the section of the journey take on that day? So the distance was 32 and the speed was 40. You're going to pop that into the calculator and you get 0.8 of an hour. Now, I don't know anyone who would ever say 0.8 of an hour. If you got 0.5 of an hour, that's half an hour, isn't it? And there's 60 minutes in an hour, and half of that is 30 minutes. So the concept here is the same. You'd do 60 minutes times by 0.8, giving me 48 minutes. And that's how long that section of the journey took. How much longer than normal did the total journey take on that day if he completed the rest of the journey at his usual average speed? Give your answer correct to the nearest minute. Okay, well, what's the distance, right? So the full distance is 85 kilometres, isn't it? And this part here, this 32 kilometre section, was where he was driving slower. So we're going to take that away, giving me 53 kilometres at the normal speed. So what we need to find out is how long will it take him to drive this 53 kilometre section. We know how long it's going to take him to drive